Gemini, welcome back. Good to see you. And if you're new here, I love you already. I see more of you there. This is going to be a reading, a mid-month May reading till the end of May 2021. And I'm going to do it in three parts. The first is just having a look at where you are at the moment, where you've come from. And then we'll go into what's leading you forward, and then have a look at some outcome cards for the end of the month. Right, let's get into it. Gemini, May 2021, mid-May 2021. Gemini. So the card representing you this month, or your current state of mind, if you like, is the Six of Wands. And it's a card of victory. And I just see that you're coming out of something and moving into a new cycle. Like you definitely, so, and the reason I say this is because your card from the past is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, so where you've come from, is like, am I doing the right thing? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Whatever I'm trying just doesn't seem to be working. But I see that cycle changing now. And you're already in the state of victory, like something's switched in your mind that's taken you out of that cycle. Whether things have changed or not, your state of mind certainly has. Your challenge for this month is the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is just here to tell you, whenever something comes up, like an opportunity or an issue, just to take time to question the motivations of the other party. And it's not a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying, look at the motivations of the other person. And if you just take that small bit of time to look at the motivation, you will figure out if it's a good or a bad motivation at the end of the day. All I'm saying is be prepared to question motives this month. Now, in your heart space, I have the Devil. And this is your emotional space at the moment. And it's one of indulgence, okay? And maybe a little overindulgence. So I'd say where you are now, and you know, you've come from the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords looks like you've been having a bit of a hard time. And I see that as hurt you somewhat, you know, emotionally. And perhaps you're even feeling that it's been pretty unfair to you. You know, maybe you feel that you're the one that's been hurt in whatever you're coming out of. And this could be a relationship or even your work scenario. But the Spirit is saying is just be careful of, don't let it blacken your heart. That's the image that's coming to your mind, okay? Don't let whatever's happened allow yourself to close up the glorious heart that you have. Just be aware, that's all it takes. It's the only thing you have to do. In your headspace, and this is your kind of workspace and your practical space and your home space, you have the Nine of Coins. And the Nine of Coins means you're doing everything right at the moment. You're on target with your goals, whether you think it or not. Things are moving at a good and steady pace and heading towards your goals. And then I have the Ace of Swords, which is, in this position, represents a little victory coming up for you. You know, something that you've been working for is going to come to fruition. So, you know, a new idea that you've been tossing around at work with your employer, perhaps, or you know, with your significant other, maybe you've been wanting to speak to them about something, but that's coming. That little victory's coming. Something that you've been planning for a while is going to see the light of day. Let's put it that way. Let's go into the rest of the month. Yeah. Good cards. So the first thing I want to tell you is that if you coming out of a space of feeling hurt and unsure and possibly a little bit lost, the universe is saying that you have the strength to get through this, even if you don't think so. You're in an incredibly strong emotional space right now, and you will get through whatever you're going through. And you're in the environment of the Four of Cups. So if this has to do with a relationship, I see the other person with some regrets and regret in terms of what could have been, but only seeing it now. And if this is about a work scenario, I see if you've separated yourself from an employer or from a project, or if through somebody else, that they're regretting letting you go at the end of the day. And I definitely see you looking at the future now, Gemini. Something's happened, and you're in your mindset has changed, and you're suddenly looking at the future, not dwelling on the past and the present, but you definitely have your eye on the future. And you're looking very seriously at it. And the future is a scary place because we don't know what's coming always. But you've got the Ace of Swords, which means you've made a decision already, whether you think it or not. A decision's been made that's taking you on the right path already. So keep your eye on the future now. That's your advice from the universe at the moment, is keep your eye on the future. And I see you coming out the end of this month in control, Gemini. This is an amazing card to have it as an outcome card, because it's you holding these two wild horses and leading them down a path, and it's going to move quickly. Towards the end of the month, you're going to feel in control, and you're going to feel like for the first time in a long time, and you're feeling it already, because you've got this Six of Wands, which is kind of an internal victory card. But I don't think you really feel how quickly it's going to start moving at the end of the month, and how your life is going to start changing. And you're going to just, as I say, just more in control, because you're coming from a space of out of control. And we've got out of control as the past, and we've got in control in the future. So definitely something's changed. Something's changed inside for you. Just 3 more cards from the universe. Get some clarity. Yeah. So the first 2 things I want to tell you is that the Four of Wands, which means you have built a strong base. That's the essence of these cards. So the universe is saying whatever you've been doing, even though it felt like everything was a fucking mess the last couple of weeks, or maybe the last couple of months, through all of that, you've been building a strong base for you to move forward, because it's right next to the Chariot, and the Chariot is like in control, and in control because you've built a strong base. And then we have the Three of Coins, and the Three of Coins means you've planted all the right seeds for your harvest. Okay, you've planted them. They're not ready for harvest because that takes time, but the seeds are planted. And then we have the Tower card, and the Tower card is, things are going to change whether you like it or not. And this is external change, and I've got a feeling the external change has come because you have built the right base for everything. You've made some good decisions. You have the strength at the moment. You should not look in the past. and allow the change to take place. Allow the future to take you now. And in the wrong context, this can be scary. But in the context of change happening because you've built yourself a good base and you've planted the right seeds, and now the change is coming. Gemini, I hope that makes sense. And if it resonated with you, please hit that like button. And I'd like to see you again soon.